Hi guys, we're Jeroen and Lisa and we're living full-time in our self-converted box truck Use. Use is a Renault Master from 2017. We've been living in Use for half a year now.
We did not have any experience, so it was a lot of learning by doing from Jeroen's side and a lot of look up on the internet from my side. And we can now gladly say we are happy with our build and our home.
It might already jump out that Use is not a normal truck. We got Use second-hand from a company that was called UC. This is also how we came up with the name Use. And Use was previously used as a marketing van for a company. So it was perfect for us as it already had some of the electrical stuff already installed inside of the van.
In the back we made a custom door to enter our garage. In here you can find our fresh water tank, a spare gas tank, our camping chairs, 2 one-wheels that we got, the diesel heater, and this is also where we store our Starlink when driving. We use the ladder to put it on the roof again.
Okay, enough exterior, that's not the interesting part. The true beauty of Use is on the inside. Let's have a look. So, welcome to the kitchen. The kitchen was one of the most important parts during the build because I really love to cook. For the whole van we went with the natural oak look with matte black finishes. So we use a lot of stainless steel matte black appliances like the kitchen sink and the stove. For the kitchen sink it was really important that we wanted a bit deeper of a kitchen sink because we also wanted to wash our hair inside of there, and for that we need a flexible thingy. We also have an integrated soap pump right there. We really wanted to have a 4-burner stove with 1 gigantic burner on there and then a couple of smaller. We didn't want to have to make room for other pans while we were cooking. So on this stove you have plenty of space to do your normal cooking as you would do at home. And it's also perfect that the material of this stove is glass, so it's really easy to clean as well. Underneath the stove we have our electrical oven, and this oven does not work on the battery, so we can't use it off-grid, but it's really nice that a lot of campings have enough electricity to be able to use this oven. So whenever we're plugged into a wall outlet, then we are able to use this oven as well. So, one of my pride and joys is this drawer. We have a couple of other drawers. Those are a bit clunky, but on this drawer I decided to make it nice and smooth. This cabinet, we like our baskets in our van. This cabinet has just 2 layers with all of our dishes in here, cups, plates, and then we have some spare water and olive oil in the back. So what's also a cool thing about the van is that we have a water filtration system in there. So I installed it in such a way that the hot water is singularly filtered water and the cold water is doubly filtered water. Whenever we are a bit doubtive about the water that we put in the tank, we can turn the water to cold modus and that it will give us an extra filter over the water, and we'll make sure that even if we put river water into the tank, then it will be safe to drink. So for the second cabinet here we have our trash can, and also all of our cleaning supplies are in the back here. We have our fire extinguisher and our whole water installation is right there. For the back wall we had a big discussion about what tiles to use. So we used real stone and we are really glad we did it. It looks absolutely beautiful and we are really happy with it. For the counter itself we used solid oak and then treated with water resistant coating. Brings us now to the workspace. We made this booth because we spent most of our time here because we both work on our laptops. We made all of the cushions ourselves. Lisa bought the foam for in the cushions. It's a double layer cushioning, and we also ordered the covers for the cushions by size, so it would all perfectly fit. This is my spot, this is Lisa's spot. To get power we need to go under the table. So for power, we have an input for me here. It has two 220 volts for just normal laptop chargers and two USB ports on the side. On the other side, Lisa has the same thing. For our walls, we used acoustic panels, and on that we installed my old 37-inch widescreen monitor, so we can watch movies on it. It's flexible, so I can watch something while I'm cooking, or I can work here and then pull it right there. And it's also really nice for movie nights because the cable behind the monitor goes into the cabinets around and then to the receiver. So for our sound system, we have this amazing receiver that I already had in my old room, and with that we have a 4.1 surround system. So we have two front speakers, two back speakers and a subwoofer somewhere hidden in the cabinets. So we always have perfect sound, and we even used the van as a mobile speaker once we were on the New Year's Eve party. But that's not the only thing our booth can do. The booth also functions as a second bed for if people want to sleep over. And now we have a bed.
We have tons of storage in our upper cabinets. This one is our pantry. And in this one we store stuff for our smoothies, onions and potatoes. Over here there are two cabinets for me. And the ones over here are Jeroen's. This decision was very easy because I can't reach it easily. We did not have to isolate the walls because that was already done when we bought the van. It is made out of 5.5 centimeter thick styrofoam, and you can still see a bit of it in the bedroom. The skylights were also already there, and those are the best addition we didn't think of ourselves. It lets in lots of natural light, and when we have the side windows closed, we don't attract that much attention, which is ideal for stealth camping.
Then lastly, in the back of the van, we have underneath the booth our Eberspacher diesel heater. This diesel heater is connected to the tank, so we don't use that much electricity when we're using this to heat up the van, but we get a nice amount of heat from it. And then from the heat of the diesel heater we go to the fridge. For the fridge we have this Inventum. It is 120 liters of a fridge and a 53 liters freezer, so it's really big for inside of a camper. But yet again, cooking is really important for me. I like to have a lot of veggies and healthy stuff inside of the fridge, and that just takes a lot of space up. In the freezer we store berries for smoothies, meat that we buy in bulk, and ice cream for Lisa, of course. Also on top of here is not only the receiver, but we use this part of the top of this cabinet as a sort of charging station. We have a power socket in the back of here, so we can put our Starlink here, put the cable through the rooftop windows, and then have our Starlink router always accessible for us here. And then also be able to charge a lot of stuff next to it.
Next to the fridge we had space left, so we have more open shelving where we store mason jars of our dried foods, pasta, rice, flour. It also contains our everyday toiletries. On the other side of the door we have our shoe rack. We have lots of shoes because we're living in the van full time, so we have our winter boots, runners, hiking boots, everyday shoes. So we needed plenty of space for that. On top of it we have more drawers with more toiletries, a drawer with handy tools for easy access, and we have one full drawer dedicated to cables. When you're living in such a tiny space, it's important to don't forget about where to put the laundry, so we have a big space dedicated for that. This basket contains all our laundry. We actually really need to do laundry. Last but not least, this is our ladder to the bedroom. It's also multifunctional as a towel rack. And behind it is also our screen to monitor our electrical system. We made an entryway to the cabin. It was mostly because it made me feel more safe. So maybe during the night that we have the possibility of driving away without needing to go outside.
So for our electrical system we have this panel that you can remove, and then behind there are all the goodies. It looks really complicated, it looks really chaotic. I am really chaotic, so that's the reason why it looks like that. We have a 2000 watt inverter for all our 230 volts appliances, some standard fuses, and this is our DC-DC converter, so the charger from the motor from the car can also charge our batteries. And in total we have 300 amp hour batteries and 440 watts of solar. The essence of our electrical system is not to store a lot of power, it is to be able to recharge the batteries constantly. Plan on adding 2 more, because in the winter months this is a bit short.
We have a composting toilet. That means we're separating the number 1s and 2s. And as you might have noticed, we don't have a shower in the van. When designing the van, we noticed that the shower got our lowest priority, and this is a great way to save space. In France and Spain, we had a subscription to Basic Fit, to the gym. And of course, when we're on a camping, there's often the possibility to take a shower. This is our bedroom. It's actually just a normal queen size bed. We have a max air vent for ventilation that we also use during cooking. It got the real cozy cabin vibes, but I have to admit this area got the least amount of attention from us when we were building the van. But you sleep with your eyes closed.
Thank you guys for watching the video. We had a lot of fun making it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took a bit longer because we wanted to make sure to give you guys high quality content of our van tour. Leave a comment down below and make sure to tell us what kind of things you did like and what kind of things you would change about our van, and then we'll see you guys in the next video in Rome.